Hello, hi, welcome. It's me, it's Miss M Vintage on YouTube doing my Stash Down update. What I'm aiming for, and I've been trying to do all year, but if I'm honest, failing terribly, is try to knit out more grams of yarn than I purchase in. We've just finished November. Let's see how we went. I should warn you, I'm coming to you from a very hot and windy day on Dara country. This is now going into the second week of catastrophic fire danger warning rating days. You always know you're in Australia when your fire warning starts at moderate and it goes up to catastrophic. So that's us. You might hear the wind blowing some stuff around, but sorry about that. Oh, and this, I should tell you what I'm wearing. This is the home front jumper from Squid's School of Vintage Knitting. And this is the forest berry pattern that I popped onto it from a Fable Knitwear pattern. Yeah, it's lovely. And it's knit in Morris & Sons, Estate or Empire. I can never tell them apart. In like a boysenberry or a blued breeze. Poisonberry, banana rama berry, something. So, November, let's see how we went. The first thing I made was from some stash yarn. I'm calling it complete, but it still needs buttons. It's this very strange Peyton's jumper, I think. Peyton's or Cleckheaton yoke jumper. I made this, it's supposed to be for a sort of 6 to 12 months. It looks very small and it's made out of old stash. Dreamtime, Peyton's Dreamtime Merino in apricot. And this is some Bendigo Woolen Mills 4-ply. It's supposed to have buttons, but that'll do for now. It's knit in pieces from the bottom up, and then you don't seam it, and you start at a sleeve and you work a very strange yoke pattern. I mean, it's quite pretty. Oh, and this is done with short row shaping. That's the back. In the instructions, it did very specifically to say put the sleeve side over the top of the back side, and that the back side is the piece that should have the buttonholes. But it does mean that this is sort of all on the wrong side. So what I'm going to do is just put buttons on the inside of this placket. It's probably going to be a pain to do up, but it's all a bit difficult to change that now since I've sewn it all and woven in my ends and done everything that needed to be done. So this little cutie going to charity, and this was 106 grams. Boop, 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 boop. Hooray! The next thing that I finished, I have already gifted it to the person. It was a prize. So I recently was choreographer for a community musical theatre production, and I had as a prize, if you sold the most amount of tickets to opening weekend, because they're always the hardest to sell out, you would win this thing. And then one of our leads won it, and I actually doubt that he will enjoy it or like it or wear it, but he has just moved to Adelaide, and Adelaide is cold, or Radelaide, if you're in the know. I'm pretty happy with the cowl. I think it looks rad. And the cowl used up 187 grams of 8-ply. Now, I did buy 400 grams of yarn because it told me it would need that much. My gauge was pretty much bang on, so I don't know what kind of sweet madness the pattern designers were thinking when they told me to buy that much yarn. Now, I did also get rid of some yarn in a different way. This apricot had some damage to the outside of the balls. It was kind of dirty. There were some little moth holes. Don't worry, I've treated this. It's okay. But it was just unsalvageable. So I did discard it. I threw it away, and I threw away 16 grams. Not ideal, but it's actually the first time I've had to discard any of the yarn from my stash. So that's good. I'm almost certain that I will discover more yarn that I'll need to throw away. Mostly because it's been kept somewhere poorly, or it came to me like that, or I left it out, or I totally forgot about it. Who knows? And then the final knit that I finished is this. These are the Hyperdrive socks. I think it's a 64 stitch in a 2x2 rib. in colours that I would never wear, but gosh, they're awesome to knit with, and it's been a lot of fun. This is the Ira pink, as far as I'm concerned. She loves an ultra hot pink. On the second sock, halfway through the foot, the spiral stopped spiraling in its established direction. Well, it goes this way. See? Spiral. See? Spiral. Spiral. And then it sort of stops and goes back the other way. All right, mate. It doesn't matter because they're going to be on my feet. I'm thrilled to have them for summer. Yay. And these used up 73 grams. Not too bad. Now, I did use stash in a different way. Are you ready? Shoom! Transition. At work, they were giving away some old samples of upholstery fabric, and I thought, I could probably do something with that. And I was right. I could. This is one of my standard project bags with a zip. It's lined. Oh, it's got a gift in it. Cute. Thanks, Matea. But yeah, it's lined with fabric from a 1930s blouse. And now this is not just sitting on the lounge room floor. Hooray. And I haven't put a project yet in it because I don't know what to put in there. And then I finished 2 other sewing things. It's incredible. I know. This is a long-standing love of mine. It is Vogue 8811. 1940s pattern, sort of simple and basic, but really beautiful. It does have dumb arm facings that I just do as a double-turned hem instead, and it has a dumb side zip, which my giant shoulders and splayed rib cage just can't cope with, so I move the zip to be in the centre back. I had this one, this red one, on the go for such a long time. I changed the neckline to be a V, and I changed the back to be a V, and then I tried it on, and I thought, that's too low, it feels really wide, it's going to fall off my shoulders. I tried it on, and it turns out it's fine, so I hung it up for a while to drop, and then I hemmed it yesterday on the weekend, so now I have a new dress. Hooray! Some stash, what is this, cotton linen? Feels very linen-y. But anyway, that's finished. And then I had this green one. This one's been also a very long time coming. I sort of noodled about with the neckline, made this kind of nice sweetheart neck. And then I made a catastrophic error by accidentally not extending the back facing. So it took me about 10 months, maybe 12 months to figure out how to extend the back facing without recutting it because I didn't have enough fabric. Hung it up for ages to drop. And now I have this dress. I will say I had a very small amount of yardage for this, so both sides really needed to be pieced, and it meant that both side seams were on the bias. So the side seams are very heavy, and they dropped about 4 centimeters each side. There was an intense amount of stretch that came out of the bias. You probably can't even see it, but there is some piecing in here, right down the bottom, just enough to be irritating. It is actually a lot larger piece of piecing, but because I lost 4 centimeters, 3 centimeters in the bias dropping out, it doesn't really matter. So I finished 3 sewing things. Well done, me. I'm so proud of myself for just getting these done. It's because I'm going to wear one of them to the work Christmas party this week. So that's where we're at, stash-wise. I didn't buy any yarn, but I did get gifted some from Ira because I ran out of this lavender and she gave me 52 grams of it. But I had knit enough out that it wasn't an issue. Thank you very much, Ira. You're a lifesaver. So for the first time in 3 months, I am at a net deficit. I got in 52 grams, thank you, but I knit out 382 grams. 52 in, 382 out, which means that I'm down 330 grams, which is 6.6 balls of yarn. Yes! Finally, a win. December is going to be a massive, massive blowout. I'm just going to maybe get gifted some yarn. My yarn that I've ordered will probably arrive. But anyway, this has been quite nice. This jumper is cute. I really like it. These hyperdrive socks are going to be heaps of fun to wear. I've already finished the first thing for December, but you'll have to wait until next month to find out what it was. Yeah, I'm just thrilled. Have you just given up on your stash busting plans as we come into the festive part of the year? People might gift it to you, or you might buy some stash down or whatever. Because I think that's fair. This has really made me consider what I want to do next year and how I want to continue this in some way. It's going to have to continue because I still have so much yarn and it's still everywhere. I might need to be even more strict. I've been pretty flexible this year, buying things that are pretty or buying things that are going out of stock or when businesses close down. I've got to take on bigger projects next year, but also I still have a lot of socks that I want to knit and stash socks as well. So I'll see you around next year. We're going to continue doing this. But it's been fun. I hope you've had a great November. Tell me about what you finished in November. I'd love to know. And I'd love to give you 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up from me. And I will see you next time. Oh, is my microphone picking up all the grinding and crunching that my shoulders are doing? Because let me tell you, it's clunky in there. Ooh.